Hello guys, Zueljin here, and welcome back to another episode on the HermitCraft ModSauce server. So guys, last couple times we met here, there was a couple things that we were working on. Namely, we were working on the arena down there, and I've been promising you guys that I wanted to do some spells, and I finally did enough research to get started on some of the things that I want to do. Today I want to create a blizzard sword, and to do that we need to learn the spell of blizzard. Now, from what I know, this let me head over to, actually let me grab some of the stuff that I know I'll need. I know I'll need a blank rune, and I'll probably need, let me just search rune to see what I have on hand. Actually, runes, I got, that's Botania stuff. Yeah, I'll definitely need to make some of this, but I'm gonna make some of it on camera to give you guys an idea of how you do it. So let's go to the Oculus, no, the book that I have here, and this is my Learn Blizzard spell. Now you need to combine storm, frost, damage, or freeze damage and damage. That's the ones you need to combine: storm, frost, freeze damage, and damage. And you need to do that in a projectile form, I believe. I couldn't figure out, storm doesn't work by itself, so you definitely need to hook it to something. And in order to start this process off, I know I've showed this to you before, but I feel like it's important to kind of refresh, because I almost needed to refresh. Okay, so now that we did that, it's going to start asking for a bunch of things. If I go to the next page, it's going to show us all the stuff that we need. What I want to do is gather up all of this stuff. I'm going to go ahead and throw it in here, and we should get the Learn Blizzard spell. Then we can start messing around with the next version of the operation. Last ingredient, and now we should have the spell. Cool. Okay, so what we need to do now is actually right click on it and name it, and we're going to call it Learn Blizzard. And actually that is a great graphic. I don't want to use that. I'll just use that, and then when we right click on it, we should have Learned Blizzard achievement unlocked. Now it doesn't say what it is, but if we go ahead and go into the Oculus, you'll see on the left side right here we have Blizzard that's known. Okay, so what do we want to use this for? Well, Blizzard kind of works like Firestorm, but we'll be able to kill like the Fire Guardians with this spell. And I thought hooking it to a sword would be good, so we're gonna make a Sword of Blizzard. To do that is a little weird, actually. I'm not sure all what I'm going to need. I know I'm gonna need a binding catalyst for sword, so let's go ahead over here to the inscription table, and we'll start from scratch. We'll put a Book of Quill in here, and then let's look at binding. Sword binding, there we go. So binding catalyst. Now a binding catalyst, let me go ahead and put, binding is a Princium shape and needs a targeting shape after it, so we can put bind. Okay, so now that means we can select touch, and what it's going to happen is basically it's going to touch, it's going to give the touch effect to the sword when I swing it, and one component at least is needed. So we'll look up Blizzard, and then we'll give damage. 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 Oh, actually that was frost damage. We want damage and damage. Alright, so the only other thing that we can put on here is duration, but it would probably take a long time to do that. So what we want is a sword that swings, and on touch it activates Blizzard and triples the damage output from it. And I think that will be it. Let's go ahead and pull this out, and then we'll check it. Now it's going to need quite a few things. The materials list is quite big. We need some Chimerite, wooden sword, stone shovel, iron hoe, golden axe, diamond pickaxe, binding catalyst, which I've already made, and I'll show you how to do that. Ventium dust, feather, rock hard. I actually have some of that. Ender essence, iron, 3 iron swords, potions of homing, spell parchments. It should be pretty good. So let me show you how to make the binding catalyst, and I'll actually turn this Dorn Rain off too. I don't know why my my achievement is stuck up there. Let's see. Let's go ahead and turn the rain off. Why did I click on that like it was gonna do something? Oh, my Nightstone's not working. Oh, there it is. Darkness is coming. It wasn't coming on at first. My frames are so low right now. I'm getting like 17, 16 frames a second in my base. Something's definitely going on. I know I need to change up the wiring a lot in here, and my power consumption is kind of ghetto. I've been adding coal every once in a while to my furnace generator. It's actually keeping a hold now, but I had to take away all my range upgrades from my wireless until I have time to handle it. But it's time to do magic today. So also I had I had storage. My storage was full. I had 1,000,000 of these sugar canes in here. So 122,648 sugar canes is a lot of sugar canes. So it's still sucking out of there. Let's see if it's still in there. SUG. Nope, I think it's finished pulling now, but every once in a while all of the stuff that I have so much of, I'm sending in there. So pretty cool. Okay, so let's look up that binding catalyst. I'll go ahead and show you that. So the binding catalyst, when you're making these kind of swords, when you're making these kind of weapons, you have a few different kinds of catalyst. You have a pickaxe catalyst, an axe catalyst, a shovel catalyst, a sword catalyst, and a hoe catalyst. So there's a bunch of different spell effects you can put for these things. A sword naturally is pretty practical because you can put damaging effects on those. But just think about like a pickaxe, for instance. You could put some dig effects on them that do some wacky digging effects, or forging and stuff. You can also do a shovel catalyst that might do I don't know, you can do a hoe catalyst that might do grow. There's a ton of different things you can do, but today we're going to work with the sword, and I think that's one of the most fun ones anyway. Plus we need to kill some bosses, and we need a good weapon to do that, because this one doesn't really work well on those. Now I could just make a rapier. This is the chunk error that I was telling you about that I keep getting. But I could just make a rapier, but I was like, that's so Tinker's Constructus. I want to do something with ours, so we're gonna do it with that. So I'm gonna go ahead. Oh, and I forgot to show you all the recipe. When you look at it, the catalysts, they're kind of like this. So some slime blocks, some Ventium dust, and a golden tool of each. But when you're making the spell, it's gonna ask you for the type of catalyst that you want to use. So I can use a hoe on this catalyst actually, and it would bind it to a hoe, but I don't want to do that. I want to do it to the sword. So I'll start making the spell, and I'll show you guys when I get to that part. Alright guys, let's get this show on the road. First we're going to dump in a blank rune to get the process started. And there's plenty of things it's going to ask for, okay? We're going to need Chimerite, the wooden sword, the stone shovel, iron hoe, golden axe. That was a good game, by the way. Diamond axe. Okay, now it's going to ask for the binding catalyst. So you put whatever kind of catalyst you want. If you wanted to bind this to a shovel, for instance, you'd put a binding catalyst of shovel. So we're going to go ahead and put the catalyst in, and it's going to ask for the rest of the ingredients now. Well guys, something happened. I left the altar as I was creating a spell, and when it started asking for something that I didn't have, I ran back to the base to get it, and lo and behold, the altar blew up. Now, they used to do this all the time actually, and I forgot about the fact that you can't really leave it alone once you start creating a spell. So you really have to make sure that you have everything with you before you leave. This is just a lesson learned. I gotta build this thing again, guys. Alright, I rebuilt this thing. I made my list. I checked it twice. Let's start the process off again. Blank rune. There we go, it's made right. Alright guys, that was it, finally. So we do have the spell now. We should be able to right click on it, and we need to turn it into a sword. Now it's a blizzard sword, so naturally we want the blue, and this is going to be called... What can we name it? Blizzard sword doesn't have a ring to it. Sword of... Sword of the Snow? No. Cold-blooded. That's what I'm gonna name it. Cold-blooded. If y'all get that reference. Alright. Cold-blooded, here it is. And now, when I right click, it makes the sword. Now, I can always throw this out of my inventory to put it back in spell form. Just like this, I think. Or I thought you could. Maybe if I shift right click. Nope, it's constantly there. So it's always going to stay a sword. Now, my question is, can we enchant it? Before I try this puppy out, I want to see if it's possible to enchant it. Let's see here. Let's put it in here and see. No, it doesn't come up as that. I wonder if it comes up here. 18 levels? No, it sure doesn't. Okay. The only other thing I could think of is maybe in an anvil. So let's grab sharpness. Let's just look to see. We have sharpness 3, lower power 4. Let's just try one of these. And I'll go into my enchanting table. I know the chunk errors are retarded, guys. My bad. There we go. We can go to sharpness 5 and change that there. And now let's look at an anvil. We'll take the sword and the anvil, and enchantment cost is 8. So I can do it. I just need a little bit of XP, which is no problem. Let's test it out first. Okay, let's go ahead and do I have any spawn eggs on me? I need to see if I have any spawn eggs on me. Summon egg. Okay, I forgot what all the spawn eggs are called. Let's see. Egg. Oh, maybe it's just spawn that I have to type in. Yes, it is spawn. Okay, I thought I had some. So some earth guardians, some fire guardians. Naturally, I want to try a fire guardian because last time it took me so long to kill one. And this should be a lot quicker. I mean, a lot quicker. So let's see. I'm not going to enchant it yet. We'll try it both ways. We'll go ahead and drop the fire alley, and then we'll hit it with this sword. Where'd you go? Oh yeah, he's doing his hoppity hop thing. Okay, maybe when he relaxes I can hit him. Wherever he's at. Come on, boy. I'll hit him one day. He should be around here somewhere. He's still hopping. Alright, here we go, you guys. He finally stopped hopping. So let's go ahead and hit him with the blizzard sword. And there it goes. So you can see it's doing some pretty good damage to him. In comparison to the fire sword, we can dual wield these with Firestorm and make some wicked stuff. That's the cool part about it. Nice, man. Yeah, this is much better. And these guys give red orbs. I wonder how hard it hits for regular mobs, because this guy's taking 2 at a time. 11, 6, 4, 1. Good. Okay, and I got the red orb from it. I want to hit something regular with it, but I do want to enchant this thing first and see how much damage it does. I don't know if it's going to have any effect on the damage of the snowstorm, but it'll at least hit, so we'll see. I'm looking at my burnout right here, and it looks like it was using quite a bit of mana from what I can see. Let's see, I do have that sharpness. I need a little bit more experience. So let's go down and get some XP. There we go. We could go down there and we could turn on the shower. Turn on the shower. Well, what happened to my shower? Let's see. Maybe I can put a regular lever on this puppy and have it do the same thing. I could have sworn. Well, now what's wrong with this thing? Red. Wireless lever. Okay. Well, now that doesn't work. How about that? Let's go ahead and break this and see if it matters if I put it back. Okay, it's directed to it. I don't know what's going on there, guys. Well, while that was malfunctioning, I don't know, but I do have plenty of essence berries, so we'll go the old school way for it. So now that I have enough experience to do this. Let's go ahead and put the enchantment on it. And why did I name it Be Cold-Blooded? I don't know, but it says 12.25 damage, whereas this was 6. So it's definitely worth that. I wonder what else we could put on it. It's sharpness 5 already. Let's see. Let's take... Oh, wait. Did it not do? Hold on. Oh, no, it didn't. And it did take my levels, too. Alright. Let's see. Okay, we have 13, 14 levels. That might not work like that, you guys. It sure might not. Okay, is that correct? Yeah. I guess I just didn't pull it out correctly in the first place. I'm such a derp. Okay, what kind of enchantments do we have? We don't want knockback. What do we want? Entangle would have been good to add to this sword too. Let's see. What else can we put on here? Not knockback, for sure not fire damage, not to kill those. I guess sharpness is probably the only thing that we can do. Soulbound, but I don't think I have any books. Magic resistance 5 and soulbound 1. I wonder what happens if I try to put that on there. Let's see. I don't think it's going to be able to enchant inside that, but let's go ahead and get some XP levels. I might as well just use them all. It's not like I'm going to die anytime soon. Not with this armor, at least. Okay, so we got this. Actually, let's look at this and put it in here. And we can soulbound magic resistance. Let's just change magic resistance all the way. There we go. We got some levels for that too. That's good. Now let's put the soulbound and that on, so it's never ever ever gonna leave our possession. And that's cool. Okay, so let's kill another one of these fire allies, and I know he's gonna jump around like he's crazy too, but we'll go ahead and fast forward past that for y'all. Maybe he'll behave, we'll see. Okay, there he is. Looks like he is just making storms. Let's see if I can catch this guy in the air when he's hopping around like a lunatic. Come on. Where's he at? This stupid thing. This is the worst mechanic in the world. Finally, caught him. That's all you gotta do is catch him. Okay, look at my burnout here. You can see when I'm actually... You can see when I'm actually using the spell and when it caps out. My mana also gets used. So I'm at 17,000 right now, 10,000 when I use it. So it takes about 7,000 mana a lick, which ain't no joke. 5,000, I can't use it anymore right now because my burnout's too high. But that's still pretty neat, man. It gives you a reason to raise levels if you want that. But I could easily dual wield another sword with just cold damage on it and stuff like that for these guys. I'd probably have to figure out a magic formula. Luckily, we don't really need to kill a whole bunch of them. Let's see, when I get enough mana, I should be able to hit him with Blizzard. There he is. Come on, buddy, take some damage. 63. It's still a lot faster than Firestorm. I think if I wouldn't have spammed it like I did, it would have been a little bit better. Also, there's probably some other things I could do to make it better, like Entangle. You see how it kind of knocks him back when I do that? Entangle would keep him still. Let's see how hard I can hit him with this thing. 3 points of damage at a time. We should be able to just finish him off now. There he is. Alright, so we got a couple of red orbs now. Now we can get some other good stuff. Let's go check out the Oculus and see what we're missing. That's probably the best thing that we can do. So we definitely want, let's see, that's Watery Grave, we don't want that yet. Piercing, we definitely want that. Let's see, what else? Area of Effect, already got that. Forge, I don't know what Forge does yet. I'm gonna have to do some more experimenting. Let's look at the defensive skill tree. We got Gravity Well, we definitely want that. And I'm out of green points now. So the rest of the stuff, healing, we definitely want that. Let's see, so we're out of red points and green points now. See, still quite a bit of ways to go, guys. But what I was thinking about for next episode, now that we got a couple of spells done and I can actually form some orbs off camera for you guys, I'm thinking about building a little tower for this section. And I don't know, I've also thought about moving this entire setup. This chunk area is too much, and it's going to continue to happen and continue to happen. I know it will. It happens every time I log in. So I'm thinking about moving it maybe a little bit more towards town. And you see, like this stuff, this is a chunk area, but I think some of you had said last time I can turn VSync on, and VSyncing is on. Anisotropic filtering is on as well. If I turn anisotropic filtering on higher, it's going to pause my game for a little while, but it doesn't fix that other error. It's going to fix stuff like that a little bit at least, but it does slow my game performance down as well. So you can see it's starting to load up, less chunk errors. Let's go check out the other spot where it always messes up. Wherever that is, new portal. Oh, base. I was going the wrong way. Let's go check on this side and see. Yep, you see, it's still broken. So something about this area is just screwy. And I mean, the arena is one thing, but if I put a new build right here, it's going to continue to, I'm just afraid that it messes it up. So I'd like to come out maybe a little bit closer to the village here and do that. But that is going to be it for this episode today, guys. I know it was kind of short. I hope y'all enjoyed it, though. It's pretty cool to play around with these Ars Magica spells, and I'd like the chance to kill some of these things off camera and do some other cool spells for y'all next time. So thanks so much for watching, you guys. As always, this is Zueljin signing off, and we'll see you next time. Bye.